Hello everybody and welcome back to Cast and Blast. In today's video, we are out here in eastern Washington to do some fishing. We are going to be fishing for whitefish and trout. I also have a little bit of goose hunting in this video, so if you're interested in that, I'll add a timestamp. But for now, we just got to get some rods set up and our boat ready to go. Driving down the road to Lake Roosevelt, and there's some bighorn sheep here on the hill, and there's one with big curly horns. Look at them all. Well, I'm sad to be the constant bringer of bad news. We drove way down this road and all the way out here to Mill Creek, and it's just super rough out here. Louie's out there bobbing, logs going up and down. We can't go out there in a 14-foot run, so I guess we're gonna talk about it and might go to Spring Canyon or try to find some other better protected place from the wind. So here we are a few hours later at the Fort Spokane boat launch. This right here says we're on Lake Roosevelt, but if you look at the map, we're here, and this is the Spokane Arm, and this is Lake Roosevelt. It's called Two Rivers. Anyhow, it is much calmer here. Oops. Since I'm waiting for my dad to walk down here, I'll just show you guys what we're using. My dad has a black and gold Impala on his that I think he might connect to the downrigger. And I'm fishing this lime green with a gold belly and black back flatfish. Well, we're setting out from the boat launch and we're just gonna start trolling straight away along here. That is looking up the Spokane Arm, and you head around that bend a little bit and it forks with Roosevelt. We're gonna fish some of these little protected bays off of Roosevelt so we don't get capsized by wind. Ooh. Fish number 2. Bro, don't bring them away. Alright, I'm changing this.
Let me see that.
Put a little bit of this on my cookies.
Smear on all sides.
Oh, fish! Running right with the boat. Oh, he's big. Yeah. Another goodie.
Yeah.
Well, now that we're here, I'm probably just gonna gut and head these trout, get them ready to cook when we're home. And to get that done, it's really simple. I'll just show you guys. I'm not gonna fillet these guys like I would a salmon, even though I could, they're big enough to. I'm just gonna cut up their stomach, starting at their butt, all the way up here, go to the back of his skull, just cut down through his spinal cord, and then this will just tear out like that. You miss the collar, but there's not really much to eat on the collar. They're not too big. And then you just throw them out. I'm basically just gonna do this to all of them and then just cut out their bloodline and wash them in the lake here. Alright, we're back at camp now, and what we're going to do for dinner is we're going to fry up some of those fish in some panko and a little bit of oil in a pan. But it's not all just catching trout and cooking them. I got to check in with my girlfriend.
Just coating the flour first. Then we're going to take some panko breadcrumbs and we're going to season them up. And we're going to make an egg wash with just a couple of eggs with 1 tablespoon of milk per egg and beat that up. So we're going to go flour, egg, and then panko. And then we're just going to fry this trout up in our cast iron skillet. Bigger piece with this tail on it. I mean, trout tail. Skin and all though.
You can hear that crunch.
Crunchy. He was bored. He was friendly.
It is real good. I'd give it 7.5 out of 10. It's not the best fish I've ever had. Pretty good. So our plan for today was to meet up with a guy around 6:30 at the gas station down here near Heartline to show us how to goose hunt the local area. He's gonna pick us up and take us out to a field where we're gonna set up some goose decoys. So we got a little game plan now. We're near our destination and we gotta drive through some stubble wheat fields to get to our hunting location where we're then gonna unload a bunch of decoys, set them up, and drive the trucks back out. I'm sitting in my lay down goose blind. Thing's pretty cool. I'm getting ready to take my nap. I'm sitting there and freeze. I got my hand warmers. I got my energy drink. I've never done this, but apparently all I need to do is when the goose come, throw my door open and get ready to throw down. There were more geese flyovers than I have ever seen in my life. However, we had a really tough time getting any geese to land, which was unfortunate. But this was a great learning experience for myself. This wasn't our first time goose hunting on this trip. The first time we went out to this field and built this super awesome, totally invisible goose blind with sagebrush, which was awesome. However, our results for that hunt were the same as this one. Our whitefish ventures were just as unfortunate as the hunting. We marked a bit on sonar, but with 3 hours of jigging, no fish were felt nor landed. It wasn't all bad news, as Lincoln Mill finally calmed down enough to fish, and I hooked a hog. I got a pretty magno fish then. He was pulling on that really hard.
No,
careful.
Out and around. So you're doing that. You're slocking him tight.
Woo!
Well everybody, that's the entirety of this year's Roosevelt trip. I hope you were able to take something away from this video if you're going trout fishing in Lake Roosevelt anytime soon. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.